Hi everyone, it's Dale coming to you with a weekly blog. It'll be in video form and probably a lot of them will be to be efficient with your time. I trust you are maintaining a tempo for your amazing Bible journey reading plans. If you can't keep up and you get a little behind, please don't get discouraged. Keep the best cadence you can. I've always recommended same time of the day works great for repetitiveness and repeatability. Maybe whether it's a beginning of the day, middle day, end of day, whatever works in your schedule. It also works great if you have more than one in your household or maybe even on your family that's reading with you. Get together, read, maybe independently discuss. I think you'll get much more out of that. As you have now come through Genesis, you've heard some amazing stories, seen some incredible signs of God's move with his people, especially moving into Exodus. And because of that, we see what the beginning of God's expectations were for humanity, the failure of humanity by not abiding by the alignment that God has asked them to do. And there's penalties typically to pay. But typically it was about rebuilding and going back to foundational, the beginnings again, because God wants a relationship with humans. I'm standing here in front of a construction site here very close to our home. We've watched this thing from the ground being scraped to the buildings that have been going up, the amount of people it's taken to build this portion of our end of our community. Pretty amazing. But one thing's for sure, if we didn't have people working together, they can't get there. Also, they have to be aligned to a vision and a purpose. And sometimes that's very difficult to do. God continues to do that as you move into Exodus. You're going to see there is clear mission and purpose by God's people. He's doing these incredible miracles, literally living in their presence between this cloud that occurs by day and fire by night. And ultimately, Moses is going to get chartered by, I want to build a space for God in the midst of us, using this temple, which is basically a tent. And that will progress as you move through Exodus and the stories that you're yet to hear. But the important part of this, again, is God wants relationship with humanity. And ultimately, God wants relationship with you and I. And that's further down the path of the Bible. But as you're getting into these stories, which may seem, again, a little confusing at times, especially over the conflict and how it's being resolved, it doesn't make sense. Remember, if you go back to one of the earlier videos I made, it's all about the intended work of this ancient literature was made for ancient peoples who were communicated to very differently. They believed the sky was solid, that there was a vault in the sky that held water, and that's the gods allowed the rains to come out. As a matter of fact, everything that people did, lived, breathed, everything occurred because of a deity, especially in ancient cultures. And remember the names of the Assyrians, Babylonians, especially the Egyptians. You're going to see their influence continue to be an issue for these early Jewish people that's just going to continue to cause conflict. It's great stories, really intriguing, but out of it, there's always a purpose, and what do we get out of it? We'll be talking more about that in the future. Meantime, I'm just going to continue to encourage you, read every day to the best of your ability, talk about it with others, and there are so many others that can come in this journey with us, so I encourage you to include them in communication and just talking about it. Again, this plan and the websites, I'm continuing to modify them to make them more adaptable for people that just come along and want to pick up wherever they are in their stage of reading. And actually, if they want to read, not maybe through the Bible, but they can actually pick a shorter plan, especially if you go to YouVersion, if you're reading through the electronic version, or if they have a paper Bible, they just might want to say, I want to read one book out of the Bible. Whatever it is, we can accommodate that. It's all about getting people in, working together, supporting one another. So I encourage you to keep up this course. Looking forward to where we go next, and AmazingBibleJourney.com. Send your friends to it, share links. Let's continue to encourage them and watch the world change for the better, understanding what God wants of us and what we get out of the relationship with the Lord. It's pretty amazing. Thanks. Have a great week coming ahead. Bye.